Are you a nationalist? If not, why not? Now, there are idiots out there who call themselves white nationalists or black nationalists, which is, I mean, it's oxymoronic. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's just silly code word for supremacist or separatist or a hate group. What is a nationalist? Well, here's the thing. Uh, do you believe it was correct for Thomas Jefferson, not Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, to forcibly remove the Cherokee from their own homeland and make them march on the Trail of Tears, which the path intentionally arced over southern Illinois so the winter would be harsh so they would die, and force them to live in Oklahoma on reservations? The answer is no. You might be a nationalist. Probably are. Second, which will answer the question, do you believe in colonialism? Do you believe that a country, let's say the United States, has a right to go into Guatemala, take it over, change the laws, eradicate the people's culture, traditions, religion, language, food, and introduce American religion, customs, culture, and food? If you're not, then you're a nationalist. Now, I believe all peoples have the right to live in their own lands according to their culture and customs without being colonized, without imperialism, which automatically makes me anti-Marxist, anti-colonialist, anti-imperialist. I also am anti-aggressive capitalism, anti-globalist, pretty much anti-leftist, although there are forms of left-wing governments that are good, that are nationalist, that are fine, that aren't malignant at all, and anti-communist, because communist is internationalism, and anti-Islamic caliphate, because it seeks to dominate the world. I'm also believe that many of the wars that were fought by the United States were wrong. I don't blame the soldiers. I don't think people should blame the soldiers. They had no choice in it, right? Join the army. The United States declares war on a sovereign nation. What do? I mean, what? Put up against the wall and shot, or do you go there and try to do your best, not to get people killed, help out aid, try to rebuild after America does the bad stuff? But the United States actually does help, with medicine and hospitals and stuff, but still, they shouldn't have been there. The real poison is communism. Communism seeks to destroy all diversity, all culture, the family unit, all religion, and all eternal truths. This is in the Communist Manifesto. to erase the culture. That means family relations, religion, culture, diversity, everything erased. No longer owning any private property, not just the means of production, and starting anew according to a jobless German immigrant to England who never worked a day in his life, just wrote, filthy, covered in zits. That is Karl Marx, who was sponsored by Engels, who ran sweatshops. The anarchists, at least the anarchists, yeah, the actual workers control the means of production, not the government, and they can own private property. I don't really have too many bones to pick with the anarchists. But yes, I believe the Palestinians are correct. I'm not for Hamas. I won't speak about Hezbollah because I'm not going to say anything bad or positive about it. I believe Ireland should be united. Divided on whether the Basques should have their own land, because there's a complicated issue there. There's issues like should the non-Hispanic, non-Latino, non-Mestizo Indians of Chiapas have their own land. For the fact that East Timor is liberated. The breakup of many of these forced countries like Czechoslovakia and the Balkan region, I believe, was correct. Some of it was correct, some of it wasn't. But that's nationalism. It's the belief that people have the right to live in their own land according to their own customs, and they have the right to defend it without colonialism or mass immigration of refugees or whatever. Now, in the United States, we're a fabricated nation, right? We're not united by race or religion, but we do have a common culture and a constitution. The Constitution is what unites us. So demographics will change. So the people of the United States have a right or an obligation, if you see it that way, to defend the Constitution, even if it means going to war with their own government. This is nationalism. Patriotism is stupid. It's blindly following your country and is jumping on the bandwagon. The last refuge of the scoundrel is patriotism.